Racing, or TOR as it's better known. I am Diablo, as you've probably guessed, and joining me today is, to be honest, we should have probably discussed this beforehand, but we're gonna go with it. I'm gonna call you PT. Is that? Am I right? Okay. Well, that was
That's fine.
sorted. But today we're for the second round of the season. Of the first round, of course, was dominated heavily by the Force India drivers, and today it takes us to the Shanghai International Circuit, which is of course in China, and not too far away from the city centre that is Shanghai. But it is a raining Shanghai, which is quite, I want to say the word crucial, but depends whether it dries up towards the end. For now, it's crucial. To be honest, I haven't got a lot to go off because it's a very last minute sort of call up, but I can try and recall drivers that I've watched before, I guess, and what PT's watched before. I don't know. Let's just see how it goes. But I'm going to find out for you who's leading the championship, because I think that's probably a good talking point.
All right.
So let's take a look.
I'm just going to say that Jordan was as the first one out in the Ferrari. Jordan Gibbs.
Jordan Gibbs in the Ferrari. Well, he's got his name, so kind of works.
Never seen him race before.
God, what am I?
You're looking at the championship lead.
No.
Really?
I'll be honest. I never heard of him before today. So, yeah, that's one that I've never heard of. Jigglypuff, I'm pretty sure it's a Pokemon, so you can go off that if you will.
I'm pretty sure it is as well.
Boss Cookie, I've heard the name. I think it's TSRL I've heard it from. Rock does stuff. I've never commentated on him, but I've heard of him. As Star, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he does.
I'll be surprised. He's Australian, so
Yes, are amazed.
it would kind of make sense. Yes, are amazed. Now I'm pretty sure this is Amazed OT.
Yeah.
Because if it is, then I've commentated on him like a million times.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely know this guy. Yeah, he's quite a quick racer, as it were. I've seen him in SRL in the past, and he actually won a race. He won the Italian Grand Prix in GP2 a couple of last season he did that. So yeah, that's how it's rolling right now. And yeah. Who else have we got? We've got. Also, I'd just like to say, qualifying on this game at the moment is completely broken. So there is very, very little chance that you're going to hear me say, "Oh, and he's gone provisional pole," because to be honest, he might have done, but I can only go off what we can see, and there is an almighty crash for a Sauber. I hasten to add who that is. It is TOR Smith, who has gone straight off. So yeah, exploring the limits of grip and going straight down the slip road.
I was just going to say that Jordan is coming into the final sector now on his fast lap, and he got held up by the TOR there, slightly. I think he's lagging a little bit, but yeah, I could have lost him some time there.
It wouldn't be an F1 lobby without a bit of lag. We all have a bit of lag.
What about Pepsi, the other Ferrari?
Ooh, where is he?
He's first sector going into second.
God, that camera angle's awful. Yeah, so TOR Leopard currently is the championship for all of you wondering. From Sims in second. I cannot read that name because I'm going to get it wrong. But it's a Sauber in third, and it's not TOR Smith. It's his teammate. Makar. I'm going to go with that.
Jordan Gibbs
is fourth.
Jordan Gibbs with the fastest lap there.
Has he gone fast? Wow, okay, I've missed that.
So far. I think he was the first one across. He's in 14th, 13th position, so...
I've got a lot to say about Dominator. I know him quite well. I wouldn't say I've talked to him a lot, but after commentating on him during RGL races, the guy is rapid. He's just such just a great guy. I think that's probably the best way. He was an admin in RGL, and he was just so sound with everything. It was just so cool, which you probably expect from an Australian. But I give him a lot of respect for getting up this ludicrously early time for them. I mean, for us, well, obviously, late. Kushmania goes fastest. A 47. Oh, I think I was a 47.9 or 47.4. Oh goodness me. Also, who else have we got on the lap? 47.4. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anyone else I know in this lobby? Okay, Van der Stark. I've never heard of.
I think I've heard of him before, but I don't know where from. It's really helpful.
Brilliant. To be honest, I could tell you where I've heard Scott from, but to be honest, it would cause a lot of outrage, so I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, I don't think he particularly likes me, but we'll go with it.
Does he not?
I'm not too offended. I might have told him once that he probably wasn't the best commentator. I wasn't a great move. I didn't know really who he was at the time. And I sort of said that, and I got an uproar from a. I'm not going to go into details.
Yeah, don't.
But still, yeah, it didn't go well. We won't say who for, but it didn't go well.
I've heard of Kushmania before. I race him in another league, and he's like decent. He's not like.
Yeah, I've heard the name.
He's not stupidly quick, but he can get up there.
Yeah, goodness mate, I'm full of colds, so do bear with me. If I'm a bit, I want to use the word dopey, then he's nearly Hamiltoned it. Oh, he has Hamiltoned it coming into the lane. He smashed straight into the wall. Coming into the pit, well, I wouldn't say smashed straight into the wall. I think that's a bit of an over. And his wheel spontaneously combusted. It just flew off. There was nothing to it. It just come off.
Who was it?
Well, it was the guy we were just on about. Who was it? Kushmania. Boss Cookie goes fast. It's a 47 flat. So
Ooh.
Good lap from the American, and I can't even tell you what car he's in. He's in a Williams, and he's going sideways.
You know, speaking of Scott, he's getting held up by a Force India here, unless he's not on the lap.
Force India, you would. Oh yeah, he is. He's getting a nice little toe going off there. But if you're Force India, you're looking at these two drivers. You're 1 and 2 in the championship, but you're the ones holding people up on laps. I'm confused.
Is it Leopard?
In a scenario, if Leopard isn't on our lap, that's a bit out of order. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Leopard goes 12th, then drops to 13th. I think Scott may have just jumped him because he was on a faster lap. I know, hard to believe.
We honestly don't know what the order is.
Yeah,
it's just so broken.
I hope I've included my audio. I have. Right, I was just checking. Whoa, hang on. Oh, Jesus. Well, what else have we got? So, TOR Smith is actually coming through the final sector now, I believe. I can't even get him on my screen. So.
I can't get on board with him.
No, so apparently he's not. Brilliant.
Oh,
nice game.
Contact there, Leopard and the Taurus. Is that Scott again?
Oh, that's Scott. And they're going wow the outside. Sure, that was well. Okay. I haven't actually got the corner names. I usually have a track map that I usually go off for races. Unfortunately, I don't have that with me. So, not with me. It's like I carry it around. It's on a laptop or my phone. It's not really anything special. We'll just put China Grand Prix circuit. We could. I mean, we could be really, really generic and go, it's the left, right. It's like, wow, I mean, there's a few of those.
Yeah. Tired.
I'm pretty sure. So, it's coming towards the end of qualifying. 2 minutes remaining. And I'm trying to get the circuit up just so I've got something to go off. Apologies. Now I kind of remember the flow. 16 corners of this Shanghai circuit. Has been on the calendar since 2004. I'm doing the introduction to the circuit right now. That's, you know what? If there was anyone that should have applied for the AOR Tier 1 one, it was definitely me, wasn't it? Anyway, I had a bit of an awkward moment with that. I won't go into details, but I had a kind of awkward moment. It was funny. It wasn't, I don't know, like, you say, oh, like it's a bad thing. Kind of feel it wasn't. I don't really want to, let's go away from it. Sims is on a lap in the Force India.
I'm on board with Scott, and he's
run out of fuel. Yeah.
Alright, who are you on board with, Sims?
I was on board with Sims. Sims going to have to make some avoiding action. Scott retires just then. I'm sorry. That would annoy me beyond belief if that happened. I would be punching like anything. I don't know why, but I just would. And a few are actually going out on super soft tyres. Let's just note that one. Brock does stuff in the Williams. Yeah, those super softs aren't going to go well for
I just saw him in the background.
Oh dear me. Yeah, he's going to be brave. I don't think he can go. I would say he's not
make
got
it round,
much to lose, other than the wheels of his car.
There's only 40
if he
seconds
cannot
left.
keep it in a straight line. Yeah, that's a pretty bad move, to be honest. But still. So Brock is going to complete his lap. Well, I say complete. You won't even get onto a lap. Never mind complete it.
Jordan Gibbs came across the line just then. I'm not sure if he improved, but he was second. Now he's gone down to 10th, 9th.
Makes a lot of sense, this game. Apparently Van der Stark is 4th at the moment. I could be wrong, of course, and I probably am. His teammate... My God, I sound so nasally. I hate this.
Yeah.
I only sound nasally because I've got a cold. That's the only reason. I cannot stand nasally people. They just frustrate me. Speak out of your mouth and not your nose, obviously. That is what people are obviously going to be crying about in the comments. Or in the live feed? You don't have a live feed. You have a live chat, but you don't have a live feed. That's a bit much.
And I think it's just like a couple people left doing laps. I think Amazed is doing a lap at the moment. He said he had no practice on Twitter, so not expecting much from him, even though he is fast.
It is now dry, like in terms of it's not actually raining anymore, but it's not dry on circuit. I just wonder how Brock does still. Oh, wait, well, actually, that's a bit of a... He wasn't even able to complete a lap, so we weren't going to find out what the relative pace of
Of him.
I'll try to rephrase that.
Yeah.
Of him, yeah. Not of he was, yeah, that makes absolutely no sense. Nice. Anyway, ESR Amazed, of course. Who isn't supporting I'll call it a racing team? I was definitely considering it once, but I thought, do I really want to change my really profound Diablo to an ESR Diablo or a VRT Diablo? Maybe I just want to keep it as a Diablo, maybe. So I didn't. Yeah, for that all-purpose only. ESR Amazed, meanwhile, is coming across the line and goes P11. He hasn't got into the top 10. Yeah, we think. It always says he's 10th, actually. Yeah. So we're going to see a rundown of the qualifying. And, of course, a very short qualifying, only 12 minutes. But, oh, my God. I kind of feel that Boss Cookie has taken pole position there. But yeah.
Not sure.
The Mercedes is so quick, he wasn't even timed. So that's a lot to go off. Boss Cookie is on pole, I'm going to take it. Then Kushmania, Sims, Pepsi, Jigglypuff, Jordan Gibbs, Scarf, Scott, Amazed, Van der Stark, Leopard, Brock does stuff, and TOR Smith at the back of the grid. Not a good day for the Force Indias, it seems. Well, one of them at least, but
for your
I won't. You.
No,
to be honest, as a commentator from the legend himself, Murray Walker, you do not make predictions. You make prophecies that turn out to be wrong. If that's anything, I'm not going to say anything. But we're getting ready now for the start of formation lap. I was bang on with the Williams on pole position. Boss Cookie, the American, is lining up on the front row, but we're going to have
that?
to now wait a lap.
Where's that Mercedes ended up then?
He actually left the session, so he's going to probably... Oh, Scott was disqualified. Of course, it says it gets disqualified, we all know. From the formation lap, it says the session. They should probably change that in the next patch. like to like to think. Sorry, I am so full of it. It's unbelievable.
It's fine.
It's not going to go well, this light sequence, is it? If we have a good opening lap. Anyway, yeah. So as we mentioned, Boss Cookie is joined alongside on the front row by Cushmania, and then on row 2 we have Sims and Pepsi. Row 3, Jigglypuff and Jordan Gibbs. It's row 4 for Scarf and Scott. Row 5 is shared with Amazed and Vander Stark. TOR Leopard is leader and starts outside of the top 10. He is gone on the super soft tyre, so yeah, I don't know what he's going to do with that, but still, if you're on softs, you need to go on to soft easy one stop. But I think anywhere else, then you probably Rock does stuff. That's alongside him on the 6th row with TOR Smith all by himself on the back row. I'm sharing it with him today. Boss Cookie will then line up on the front of the grid, and this, unfortunately, we won't get any burnouts. You will get a straight run to the line. I'm sure that's definitely what a racing driver would do, or an F1 driver at least would do. We've got a great shot of well, it's good. It looks like pretty good weather, so let's just see how this one all unfolds as all the cars are lining up on the grid now, and this is where you want to be. This it's kind of do,
really
don't they? There's a Ferrari. Yeah, he's kind of boss, probably Pepsi, I think. But anyway, all the lights are about to come on now. We go to 5 lights for the Chinese Grand Prix. Lights out and away we go. It's a pretty as well into turn 1. I'd said it wasn't going to go well, and
the Ferrari of
so
Pepsi.
sorry.
The Ferrari of Pepsi has gotten up to 3rd, overtaken Sims, and his teammate is falling down 2 places, or 1, I think. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, good start from Pepsi there. His teammate falling back a little bit, and there's a battle in the background. I'm not sure who that is. It might be Amazed. Amazed in front. Brock is battling in there as well. Let's get
There's
on board.
a Ferrari going side by side. I think Jordan Gibbs is no, he hasn't. He's actually got the place. That's all well and done. He's gone a bit deep though through that sector. But interesting, the start. From what I can see on my screen, there were a few well, I don't want to say jump starts, probably lag starts at the back. So yeah, but everyone gets through the first few corners cleanly.
TOR also on the inside. Oh no, he didn't make the move. Is that Scott? Or is it Amazed? It's Amazed, not Scott.
Sims looks to be sizing up TOR Pepsi as they come down the straight. Look at them all moving to the inside of the Williams of Boss Cookie. Just trying to get the best overall. Doesn't want to let any slipstream through there. And no moves are surely going to be made down to be done, and no moves are completed from what I can see. But yeah, it does look like between TOR Pepsi and there's a Force India coming in and a Renault coming in.
Sims is right on the back. Didn't take advantage of the slipstream he had, but he's going to stick right behind him. He might make a move down into, I'm not sure what turn it is, 5?
Yep, actually turn 6.
6.
Coming down towards, I believe. Yeah, but they're going to try and go side by side. Towards turn 6, I wonder if Sims is going to look on the outside and try and keep it on the outside. TOR Pepsi does really well to hold the inside line and keeps 3rd place for now. But he is on the slower tyre, let's just consider. Softs. Pepsi is on the mediums, it says for me, so, I mean, it could be different for you. But
it says it for me as well.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Well, let's just see what the man who I believe 2nd in the championship Sims could do against the 3rd place man here. The Ferrari is just going to defend. He's going to wait another lap potentially and get the move done, or wait another few corners, and he'll surely get another chance in this race. Let's just see, because he may get a good run coming out of this long right hand. Turn 13.
McLaren's in the background went off. I think he may have smashed the wall, but Sims goes for a move down the straight, as well as in 1st place as well.
Boss Cookie is under pressure as well from the Red Bull behind Cushmania, who's looking on the inside on the exit of the corner towards turn 16.
Sims has gotten past Pepsi for third place. Yeah, I think it was Jigglypuff that actually was in the McLaren and he lost it. I'm not sure if he's retired.
Cushmania having a look on the inside. The Williams run a bit deep. Boss Cookie should have maybe a switchback move from the Red Bull. Can't get it done there. He's going to have to just keep it going towards turn 6. And potentially on the long run that we have with the DRS on the back straight, that could be a good opportunity for the Red Bull. These two both on C. Cushmania is going to make anything of it through 7 and 8, and he indeed wouldn't even bother for that, because we all know how wrong that would go. Only Hamilton and Vettel in 2011, if you recall. Hamilton went straight around the outside of Vettel through that corner, and it was a terrific move. I'm no Hamilton fanboy, but it was a really good move. So, yeah, the DRS is of course enabled. Let's just see what the Red Bull can do on the back of Williams and Boss Cookie. He managed to defend pretty well from him last time, and he's already moved to the inside. He's done that about 3 times. You 3 times you count lucky, I guess. But let's just see if it is, because Cushmania is coming all over the back of him once again, and Boss Cookie's moving all over the place in the braking zone. Just a bit risky there. Let's just see if Cushmania can get him on the exit. Cannot quite do it. And there is, of course, DRS on the main straight, and a massive corner cut after the final, just against Latland. And he's not going to be close enough. It is very frustrating in these cars. Dirty air can put you off and lose complete front end grip. And with the added, poor lack of, closing in a car on this game, it is also so difficult to close up in these cars as well. So DRS has an effect, but not as vital as it was last year, where if you had DRS, you just blitzed through. It was just easy pickings. So you've got to be patient, and you've got to time your move correctly, or else it could be curtains for you. So let's just...
Further down the field, Brock is battling Jordan Gibbs, I think it is. Or is Jordan... no, it's Scarth, actually. Scarth, actually. He was quite close to him before turn 6, but he didn't make a move down into the corner, which I think he could have if he, Oh, Brock's gone wide, and that's let Scarth through, has it? Yeah, it has. Is it going to let Jordan Gibbs as well? Yes, it has. Scarf's gone wide there because he nearly hit him coming back onto the circuit, and oh god, Jordan Gibbs has gained 2 positions from those mistakes from the 2 drivers behind him now. And
Cushmania has got DRS once again. Let's just see if he can close evermore on the Williams. Just hasn't got the better exit coming off of that long right-hander. The almost hairpin, it's a banked kind of corner, but you get the idea. And coming through turn 16 he is again now. Realise he's not close enough. Boss Cookie getting a little bit too far over the curbs, I'd imagine, for his liking. And still the Red Bull can't close in. You do help but feel that these two could be running different setups on the cars. But look how much he closes him in, coming through the first few corners. That is pretty close, I have to say. But
I don't think it's close enough for a move down into turn 6.
No. All this battling, of course, is helping out Sims in the Force India, is of course closing the gap ever more, and will continue to do so. So, watch the Force India, because he could play a big role in the race lead of this one in TOR, of course, round 2 of his championship. And what else is there more to say?
I think we need to watch out for the Jordan Gibbs and Scarf battle, because Scarf's all over the back of him at the moment, and Brock has dropped back slightly, but I think that Scarf is going to overtake him soon, maybe on this lap, I'm not sure, but we'll jump back to the leaders.
Yeah, they look pretty close actually. I think this is probably the best run that the Red Bulls had on the Williams as we come flying down the back straight once again, and this is the best opportunity the Red Bull's going to have. He can't move to the inside because there's no space there, but the Williams are trying to block him off down into the hairpin. He's trying to go right around the outside. That's a brave move, and I don't know whether he's going to get done. I don't think he has, but if he had superior grip going off that corner, you can't have a feel that would have been the lead for the Red Bull. He's going to have to try again as they come down the main straight. They know that they're losing time to that Force India behind. Let's just see if Kushmani can get it done into one. He's going to try and go around the outside through turn one, and he cannot quite do it. And maybe the inside. It becomes the inside. He's going to push the Williams as far wide as he possibly can, and he's still going side by side, and around the outside of the Red Bull continues to go. And you can't help but really being pushed also onto the grass, and the Red Bull is staying in second. But he make a move on the inside of 6. He thinks better of it, but that's a terrific scrap between those two for the lead of the race. Oh, wow, I've got through that.
Wow. I mean, it was very close. But Boss Cookie defending fairly, I'd say, kind of aggressive, kind of pushed him off a little bit, but fair enough because he did have the line. So yeah, we'll be looking again for Kushmania to maybe overtake him on the straight. He needs to get a good run off of this corner. So he looks like he hasn't got the...
Yeah, okay. The Williams like always kind of positions his car coming through that long right-hander just so he can dart straight across the right-hand side from the fence from the man in second. Let's just see if Kushmani is going to have a great run, and they're almost on the grass, the pair of them. So let's just see if the Red Bull will try and go once again, maybe a switchback. They nearly touch through coming through the hairpin there, but I think all front wings are still intact. So let's just see if we can get him once again on the run down in towards turn 1. That Williams is moving quite aggressively under the braking zones. I can't have a feel. Look at that, Force India's close right up. The Red Bull once again, they just cannot get close enough to make a move. Kushmani, but the Williams has gone a little bit deep. The Red Bull's at the inside, and now the Williams gets the inside line. Maybe traction on the exit may play a factor. Not going to do so there. And once again, the Williams holds the lead of this race. It's a terrific scrap though between those two. Well, Sims is closing in absolutely massively on the two leaders at the moment, and I'm sure there'll be a few serious inquiries probably after this race concerning those manoeuvres down a straight from the Williams car, because it is overly aggressive, I think. I mean, that's my opinion. You don't need to really listen to it, but it probably is. I mean, I'd be quite frustrated in the car behind because you never get the space that you need, so to speak. But
just going back to the battle with Jordan Gibbs and Scarth. Jordan pitted or something. He may have lost time or something because he's now down in 10th position, and there's basically just a couple of seconds gap between everyone apart from these front three. Now there's just gaps between everyone behind them, so we're just going to stay on board with this battle for first place. It's going to become a battle with 3 of them soon.
Yeah, 3-way scraps are not always ideal, because 2 of you go for a scrap and the other one picks up the pieces. We've seen it before. I quickly recall 2011 once again, Monza. Schumacher, oh here we go, actually Kushmania looking on the inside of the Williams once again. He seems to have got it done there. Can he cut him off of the apex? No, they touch on the exit, and the Red Bull and the Williams still going to be going at it through the corner, with the Williams is somehow, as it comes through shot from myself, gets through into the lead, but the Red Bull is going to on the inside. He's actually got the move done. Kushmania takes the lead of the Chinese Grand Prix. A terrific move. They were bumping and barging, and one of them had to give way, and eventually they did. Kushmania leads the Chinese Grand Prix. Oh, that was very intense indeed. All 3 involved.
You can see the Force India behind is actually closer than he's ever been, so he's gonna maybe be in the DRS, or he's just gonna be slightly out of it for the moment, but he is getting closer due to them scrapping. And yeah, I reckon that these two are going to get quite scrappy and may, cause a collision and take each other out, because they have been touching each other quite a lot in the braking zones.
Oh yeah, and the Williams trying to come back at him again, coming off of the edge of the entry of the hairpin, but the Williams hasn't actually lost too much time, has he? He's still keeping with him. The Force Senior is closing the gap, as we've said before. And Boss Cookie once again in the Williams, looking to the outside, and now he's doing the offensive work. The Red Bull's going to squeeze him out through turn one. They're nearly on the grass, the two, and this has got to watch out for the Force Senior behind now, because he's going to be coming like a torpedo, ironically enough. To try and get those two positions. Oh, other way of looking at it. One of you makes a mistake, then this is pretty intense. I'm surprised that Williams driver hasn't changed his helmet to suit the car. He's got so many career mode slots, he may as well have just made one for different leagues you're in. But anyway, let's just see what Sims is. I might check the times actually, these leaders. I'm not the most ideal time, but I think that I can just check it's slightly faster.
Boss Cookie's
at this stage.
Some time, or he's lagging on my screen. I don't know if he is in yours, but he's lagging slightly. He's lost time to Kushmania, and Sims is closed slightly up towards the Williams driver, and he's not close enough yet, but he might have DRS. Let's just go on board with him. Yeah, he does have DRS, so he's in the DRS range now to these front two, or second at least, but. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting battle.
Slight buffers between them all yet, and on two things at once. Oh, and into the pits comes Boss Cookie.
And Kushmania.
Yeah, Kushmania's in as well. Okay then, so that's a bit of a... I would say it's an early stop. Are they going on to medium tyres? Can't have a feel.
Went on to soft. Kushmania did for me.
Ooh.
Interesting strategy, and I think Boss Cookies went on mediums.
Yeah.
Who's in the lead now? Is it Sims? Yeah, Sims is still out on the soft tyres. We'll see how long he can push these. I reckon he could push it a couple more laps. 2 or 3
could do. To be fair though, none of those guys have now stopped. He's in clean air, which he has been, and when we've seen, well, to be fair, you can only judge of what we've seen, but the clean air that he has had this race, he has been considerably faster than those two in the lead because they've been squabbling away. So he managed to close in the gap. So if he can push like that on an in lap, then he's gonna may even get the undercut. 2 leaders in this race with 18 laps to go of this Chinese Grand Prix.
Did Kushmania just get past Scarf, or was Scarf behind him already? I'm not entirely
I
aware.
don't know.
I think Kushmania got past him because he's got DRS and Scarf doesn't, so we missed a move there. But Scarf doesn't go for the overtake into the hairpin.
Yeah, so let's just see, he goes on to medium tyres, he's going to take that risk, he's probably going to go to the end of this race. Let's just see where he comes out in relation to Kushmania, who is through the final corner. And this is going to be actually, not as close as I first predicted. And comes out behind and stays behind Boss Cookie in the Williams.
I'll say it's the same distance that it was. Yeah. And he's on a lap fresher tyres than these two ahead.
I feel like Kushmania has... which one is it? Yeah, Kushmania has pulled away slightly at the front, but there is a buffer now as well, so they're going to have to try and avoid him. The current leader of this race, though, is TOR Pepsi, who on how long he can take these to the end of this race. Well, he won't take these to the end, obviously, but he's going to have to come in, make another his first pit stop, because he hasn't currently made one. The clouds are starting to come over, I've just noticed. I know it's definitely a lot more than it was.
Yeah,
because it was just blow and dry. But anyway, we could see rain, which would put Pepsi in a great advantage if the rain happens and it does like set onto the track and it is becoming those intermediate kind of conditions. It would really help him. So let's just see.
And Williams has gone for a move down the inside of Scarth, and he's got the position done.
Yeah,
and he needed to make that position.
That.
to not let Cushmania get away, but Cushmania has got a gap over the Williams driver, so
Cushmania goes fast of all, 36.5, and then get beat by Boss Cookie with a 36.4. Does it get beaten by the guy behind? Of course it doesn't, because he is another car behind. I meant Sims, because he has just come out of the pits. That was his out lap. So,
any battles going on anywhere else?
Can't really see if I'm honest.
On my screen, it just said that Brock just came out of his pit garage, not the pit box. He just came out of his pit garage, and there's a Will in the pit lane as well, and.
Brilliant. Well, if it's like Germany 2013, something to worry about, but still. What else is there to bring to you?
Mazda's out on the mediums as well as Pepsi, so if it does win, it needs to in a great position.
Yeah, Sims is going around the outside of Scarth and has taken the Renault pretty easily there. I just caught that because I can't really see anymore because the cold's got that bad. I just cannot open up. My eyes are just watering constantly, so I'm literally just emotional over absolutely nothing, which is kind of fun. But yeah.
Boss Cookie going faster again, showing that he is catching Cushmania, but not at a rapid pace. Is that a Mazed ahead of Cushmania? Yeah, it is. So Cushmania's catching the Mazed on the medium tyres in the next lap or so. The Mazed has been on these tyres for 13 laps. I'm not sure when he's going to pit actually. He'll probably go into the softs, but I'm not sure how long the softs going to last.
Yeah. Well, let's consider that those softs lasted, well, for the other guys, about 10 laps. It would be about lap 18. You would predict them to stop if they were doing the one stop, that is. So, yeah, I mean, interesting just to see how long the mediums go. But yeah, Cushmania, you said. Well, it says, does it say for you that he's on softs? Because it says everywhere he's not. He's on soft tyres. He's stopped for softs. Now, I don't really know why you do that, but
he was already on softs, wasn't he?
Yeah. He was. He was already on. Well, for me, that he was already on softs. I mean, he probably wouldn't have been staying or keeping up the pace of the Williams if he wasn't. But let's just consider that Pepsi is on mediums, and he was nowhere near those guys. Now that could just be down to driver preference of circuit, but it could also be down to tyres. If that's the case, of course, then that's probably a lot slower stage. But interesting to note, we'll probably go, you would think, because I said 10 laps. Those super softs won't do 8 laps, so he's put himself in a bit of a bubble here. I couldn't see the super softs doing 8 laps. That'd be a push.
The clouds do be getting darker, so
brilliant.
So maybe a tad of rain will come and surprise these drivers.
Yeah, Cushmania, if you're interested, is just right up behind ESR and Mazed at the moment. I nearly run straight into the back of him. Well, that would have been controversial, wouldn't it? Let's just see what Cushmania can do. Is he getting that wider approach to the long right-hander so many times? And the Mazed is doing exactly what Boss Cookie done to the Red Bull drive. Let's just see Cushmania around the outside, surely into the hairpin, and those mediums are getting slightly round. That's just God, he's done well to keep it on the road there. The frustration. Yeah, you would imagine so.
That was a fair move by Mazed.
Well, I mean, probably not. I mean, it's a bit of a squeeze on both parts, to be fair. And he's now going to try and go around the outside, coming through the first corner yet again. to whether the Red Bull can hold the inside. And Amazed is, well, driving with his heart on his sleeve at the moment. And the Red Bull's going to go side by side with him coming down towards turn 6 and to the inside. It's a very Ricardo move, isn't it? From the Red Bull, he's up the inside, and once again, Amazed does really well to just hold second place. That's terrific driving, I think, from Amazed there. That's really good effort, just to hold him off on the brakes.
This let Cookie catch right back up, as you can see, behind Cushmania. He's caught right to the back of him, so Amazed could be, you know, doing a favour for... Well, he is doing a favour, but I don't know if they talk or anything to each other.
He can do it for, yeah. Yeah, well, he is doing a favour, so I think that's probably the best way of describing it. He's giving him a helping hand. Let's just see if Boss Cookie can take advantage of it, because this would be a pretty pivotal moment in the race if he could do it. These two obviously on different strategies. You kind of feel as well. They're all going to get DRS, I'm pretty sure. But it is to the outside, moves the Red Bull of Cushmania. And just raw. That was aggressive and Amazed just goes straight on. I'm not sure whether there's contact. That was overly aggressive from Cushmania there.
That was...
And very nearly forced him off the road.
Just came across. And
yeah,
I'm not sure if they made contact, but Amazed moved out of the way if they didn't make contact, but then he just went on and lost it. So I guess that's Amazed race over now. So
that's completely screwed him over, there's no doubt about that. Pepsi, if you're I can't say that on my screen.
7, 8, 9.
8 seconds. I think that says 8.
Yeah, 8
Can't read it yet. Ahead of these guys. So he's actually pulled out a little bit, but interest. I digress once again. Let's just see when the Ferrari stops, and of course we will have post-race interviews as usual. I mean, it really would surprise me. It would surprise me if we didn't. But yeah, I hope you're obviously enjoying listening to a commentary from someone who is more blocked up than a paedophile in prison, as it were. Oh Christ, I can't believe I said that. It's a live stream.
That was a great description.
Oh God. Cushmania goes fastest of all. This is a 36s.
Is that a bat marker in between Sims and Boss Cookie? Not 100% sure.
There's a Sauber.
Yeah.
It's probably Smith.
Amazed is in the pits. From the mediums going on to the soft tires on my screen. It might be different on your screen, we don't actually know, but yeah, he's going out on the softs on my screen. And I think that Scarf as well has come out right behind him. Is it Scarf? Yeah, it is. And these two are going to be battling as they're both on the softs. And they've just pitted as well, so that's going to be a battle.
Indeed they are. Jordan Gibbs, yeah, he's not too far up the road from these guys either, the Ferrari driver. So let's just see if Mays can hold on against, I can't say his name, Scarf in the Renault at the moment, and yeah, he's doing a pretty good job at the moment. You would feel that there's more of a chance of Amazed catching Jordan Gibbs than Scarf catching Amazed. So
can you see little bits of rain on your screen?
Yeah, I can.
Or am I going blind?
The funny you should say.
Oh yeah,
raining. It's raining.
Ooh. Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Pepsi is well, he's gonna have to max this one out now on the oh Christ, on the medium tyres. Oh, that pun was dreadful, wasn't it? Anyway,
his tyres are going to be screaming at this point.
I tried to come up with a pun with Pepsi, and then I try and max it out, but yeah. Obviously, it won't be doing his tyres very healthy on this occasion, staying out. Oh God, it doesn't keep going wrong, does it?
I mean, he's just gotten past Jordan Gibbs there, and surely
Yeah.
Scarf will follow through as well. I'm not sure how long.
Scarf's trying to follow Mr. Gibbs through.
Look out for a move there.
Oh, it's just deceiving as you like. Scarf then holds 8th place, but
Is it properly raining on your screen?
yeah, it's probably raining. There's no two ways about that. It is raining.
Is it gonna? No.
Now, if you're
Pepsi
Pepsi, this is probably perfect. Yeah, I mean, if I were him until the intermediate phase, because the tyres are only going to get cooler now, so you're going to get less wear on the tyres because they're colder. So, you know, you haven't got as much heat, so you're not grading in the tyres, and there's no real wear happening. So, Pepsi staying out is probably a good move, I would think. Cushmania, on the other hand, you know, maybe it was a good strategy in the end. You know, going on those soft tyres, knowing that he's got... Going on the super softs was probably a risk, because he didn't want to risk going too early. Being on the softs, good place to be, of course, because you've got all that time to push on those tyres. As for Boss Cookie, he can push for however long he likes on those mediums, because they're newer than Pepsi, so he's going to obviously be pushing as hard as nails. And
Jordan Gibbs, I think Scarf has just gotten past the Ferrari driver, but I don't know. It's probably not going to stay like that, as they're probably going to have to pit looking at the weather. And the Ferrari is closer than the Renault, Carol, so... And is Pepsi. Let's just stay on board with Pepsi to see if he pits.
This looks properly bad now, actually. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Pepsi does come in. He runs, a bit of aquaplaning, nearly slides it all the way around that Scuderia Ferrari. Let's just see if he comes into the pits. He thinks now would be a good choice and comes into the pit lane to the first of the stoppers.
Cushmania as well.
Red Bull as well. Does Boss Cookie follow? No, he doesn't. Stays out. Cushmania comes in. Obviously not early enough yet. And onto intermediates they go. Where will this put them in relation to everyone else, you would wonder? There's 8 laps to go of this race. Let's just see how it all... Sadly cough like that. It's obviously not intentional. Out of the pits comes TOR Pepsi. That on his way he will go, but now you can't help but feel that those guys who did stay out on those dry tyres may have completely messed it up here.
I think they have.
It's too long.
Oh, who is that? There's a car.
Smith,
that's just a Sauber.
Going very slowly. Coming through there, and TOR Pepsi getting a Gymkhana hooligan slide on through 7 and 8, but manages to keep it all together. Now, something everyone notes about TOR Pepsi is well, I'm going to use the word ridiculous camera angle. I cannot stand it, if I'm completely honest. It's like I'm pretty sure he uses the far chase, which, if you knew anything, was a disgusting. I'm knowing in 2016 he used that. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
He's actually really good though using it. So like, I'm not gonna disrespect him for it, because you know he won like 2 or 3 championships last year. So he's obviously got something good with it. Something works for him there. Yeah, coming in. Oh, it's Hamilton it.
Oh,
but not lost the front wing.
I reckon these two. I
apologise to any Hamilton fans.
These two have royally messed it up for themselves.
TOR Pepsi leads the Chinese Grand Prix in the Ferrari, and Ferrari's last victory in real life, I believe, in the Chinese Grand Prix was 2008. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I wouldn't know.
Or 2010. 2012.
I would probably say 2008.
No, 2013. Bollocks. No, it's 2013. I'm gonna have a look now because I've just mugged myself off. Who won it? Who won it? It was Alonso. Yes, I was right.
Nice.
Trivia coming back to me like an absolute don there. Anyway, let's just see if Cushmania can make anything of this Ferrari in the lead. The third is now Sims, of course. And he's... Where the hell? Boss Cookie is miles behind. Anyway.
Look how much Cushmania closed up to the back of Pepsi in the braking zone. He is right behind him now. And he might make a move down the straight. I'm on the helicopter cam. Oh, not anymore. As soon as I say it.
Lucky you. I'm now on the... I'm looking at the diffuser of the...
Red Bull.
Red Bull, who's going to look maybe up the inside. He's going to have to have a step on it if he's going to move down, but amazed. Has retired from the race, which is a real shame because he was driving so well. Yeah, I mean, I'd do that, but I'd sound who I like. I'm only kidding.
Cushmania's getting in there.
No! Let's just see if Cushmania's going to move down. He can sticks for second for now, but Pepsi runs tremendously deep the Ferrari and through. Goes the Red Bull, but is the Ferrari going to try and pounce on him again? Cushmania, tremendous around the outside of Pepsi, who's going to try and hold him once again through turn 6. Let's just see if he can hold him close enough. The Ferrari's going to be squeezed out of road.
Have better run though.
And is he? Look at the traction for Pepsi. He's going to try and go around the outside through 7. It's going to be brave stuff, side by side, and the Red Bull gets it. Some of the battles you wish I didn't have a anyway. Pepsi that was nearly tremendous. If he could held that around the outside, would have been an amazing move. Just couldn't quite do it, and hold second for now. I'm sure he's going to look back on this stream with fondness, isn't he? After what we said about his camera. Anyway. Oh.
Do you reckon he's going to get the position back?
Oh, I mean, as I said in qualifying, I don't make predictions. I'm going to make a prophecy, and I don't know. Maybe. I mean, he looks pretty confident on the brakes there.
If he does, then that would have been the greatest strategy has ever been.
Oh well, very good. Yeah, very good. We've got 5 laps to go now, and Pepsi still holding his own, still trying to close the gap. That Red Bull, I say close the gap as if there was one. There isn't really. It's pretty close between these two. It's very nip and tuck this race so far. I keep checking my phone to see if I've had any updates from a certain league, and I haven't, so I'm kind of annoyed.
Yeah, I would say Pepsi's letting Cushmania get away from him. So,
Pepsi getting a slide on.
As soon as I say that, sorry Pepsi.
And because of his little slide, he's lost a bit of time actually. So,
let's go look back down. Where's Boss Cookie? He is lost out to Sims. He is miles behind Sims.
Yeah, I noted that as they came out the pit, so I'm kind of confused why, but yeah. Let's see what the penalties are like. Cushmania has 1 penalty at the moment. TOR Pepsi has absolutely nothing. Flawless, you could say, from Pepsi. So that move for the lead isn't pivotal unless Cushmania can make a 3-second buffer. Boss Cookie has a penalty. as well. So top 4 all looking pretty long penalties for now. Is there a car behind them, Williams? No. Pepsi, the gap is 1.0. I think it's just that. I can't wait to go off this. Not for the league, but for my benefit.
What, your health benefit?
Yeah, I feel very, very ill right now. I'm not gonna lie. I've had better days.
Well.
Oh yeah, the interviews. I forgot about that. We'll do that. We'll make it quick. We'll make sure they give us Raikkonen answers. If they don't, I'm leaving.
Are you asking any questions then?
Yeah, I can do if you like. I've got 3 questions lined up. Do you want to hear them?
Yeah, sure. Maybe.
How's the race? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? There you go.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. You ask many drivers. I don't know whether they'll remember an interview that they've ever done with a certain Diablo or James. But that's usually the questions. Not as bad as I don't really know anymore.
Where's your mate? Your best friend? Did he?
Who's my best mate?
Your best.
Oh,
mate
Scott.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Oh,
yeah,
he
he left ages ago.
Oh right.
Is he still? Hang on, don't tell me he's still racing.
No, he's not.
He's not.
Brock is in the pit. He's going on the full wets and replacing his front wing. And it's just not Brock's day, is it?
It's no. Brock does stuff, and he's doing not much stuff as it seems this race, is he? Well, he's gone to full wet tyres. Maybe he's gone for an absolute storm. That's a joke. No, he's going a bit.
Brock could actually.
I mean, I've seen faster moving wrinkles, if I'm honest. I say wrinkles as in like you age fast, you know. Anyway.
It's not many people are together.
Not as good as the analogy from earlier, is it? It's not.
No.
Oh, Jordan Gibbs running a bit wide. Yeah.
The analogy was great. Honestly.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. So your top 3 for now are. Oh my God.
Kushmania.
I'd love to tell you. Yeah, Kushmania. Yeah, there is one. Pepsi and Sims. I'd just like to add a DM. I was asked to do this race. I said, yeah, it'll be fine. But that's when I thought my cold was okay. Now it is so unbearable. I'm crying all the time. Oh, Christ! I'm a religious person, by the way. Yeah, I'm fine. It's just really emotional. They said they'd love to hear my voice. I said there may be a slight problem with that, and now we can see why. I've never done a commentary in such a bad state before. Jesus Christ. I'll tell you what, I've done a commentary drinking alcohol before, but I've never ever done one sounding this bad. Oh, it's bloody hilarious.
What? Were you swearing and stuff?
Keep my cool, but I was just coming out with these brilliant analogies, and I just thought, wow, why did I never think of these when I'm like so...
I want to watch that.
Hang on, I wasn't drunk, I'd just like to add, I was happy.
Tipsy?
That's probably the best word. Not tipsy, happy.
Happy.
When I associate the word tipsy, I kind of can't help but think of the Teletubbies. But still. God, I weird. I know. And people want me to do commentaries. I mean, you kind of wonder, don't you? I mean, I guess we've got best of both worlds with me. We've got banter and you can have seriousness.
Does it say that Pepsi's 1.7 behind Kushmania?
It does, and we've got 2 laps to go, so we should probably be talking about that, knowing that, of course, the leader has a penalty, which is 3 seconds. So, clear my nose again.
Gonna want to keep that
sorry.
gap down for the win.
Yeah. Of course, he's going to win, not by much, but he will win if it stays as it is. We're on lap 26 of 27 of this Chinese Grand Prix, and
See what the
the
gap
gap is, yeah.
Oh, they're lagging on my screen.
Happy
1.5.
days.
Are you having a happy day today?
Oh, I'm bloody loving it.
We have 3 viewers, by the way. If you wanna
3!
say hi to them. Yeah?
Hello, 3 viewers. I'm so sorry about how this commentary's gone today. I deeply, deeply apologise. I'm really, really sorry, but that's all I could say really. Other than my voice sounds, Jesus, my nose just. I would swear so much if I had the choice right now, but there you go. I'll never swear during commentaries. That's another thing. Don't do that.
Yeah. I will not do that.
Because you get in a whole world of shit. Yeah, you know what I was
oh. They're dropping
yeah, I try to block out at the end, but my voice just doesn't allow it to, so I really have messed that up, haven't I?
I've just
Anyway.
went on my stream to check the chat, and I get an advert that's to do with Lego, which is...
Oh wow, we're sponsored by Lego.
I'm sponsored by Lego, apparently.
Wow.
Oh, the gap has gone up to 2.4.
2.4. This is really, really close at the end of this race. There is 5.5 tenths, I should say, that needs to be found. Now, let's just see, because this is going to be almighty close. 2.2 seconds. So he's having to push a little bit harder now, isn't he? The Ferrari driver. He's got a lap to go. There's 0.8 of a second in it, technically, if we go by penalties. Pepsi cannot afford to make any mistakes on this last lap, but the same can be said for the race leader. They've both got to treat it as if they're leading the race, because they don't know the gap. 2.5 seconds, half a second in it. In it comes here in China. It's going to be immense, the final few corners, as Pepsi is just trying to keep this Ferrari on the road. You've got the Red Bull of Cushmania leading this race, but Pepsi is putting everything on the line. It looks immensely, that gap seems to look like it's increased. It's 2.8. He's got 2 tenths to find in the final few corners. There's just a few corners to go, nearly 2 corners. Pepsi's going to have to try and keep it on the road. He knows that has to find something. It's going to be an immensely close finish here in China, but that gap looks more than 3 seconds to me now. Surely.
On red as well.
Yeah, not ideal. We've got to check Cushmania coming through the final few corners. Is he going to win this Grand Prix? It's going to be immensely close between him and Pepsi. 3 seconds, in fact, is all that counts. Cushmania comes across the line. He wins for now, but does he win it? Yes, he has. He's done it. He's won in China. Terrific. On the final lap, he has managed to pull it out of the bag. Brilliant drive from the Red Bull, and I would love to see what the gap was in the end.
I think it was 3.4. It came up on my screen.
3.4, geez. Well, wow, he pulled out a second that lap. An entire second, I'm pretty sure. Jesus.
Right, I'm inviting them.
Okie dokie.
Oh, you can ask Ed.
Mad questions. Who just joined the party? Sorry. Oh, Cushmania. What a terrific drive. What a terrific drive. We'll come to you once we get the others in the final few corners. Right now for 7th place in the race, and looked like he was going to be that sort of position the entire race, and he comes across the line for 7th. We wait then for Van der Stark, his teammate, and I've probably made a hash of them. Just see come through 8th place. Ross Smith is being lapped and will finish the race 10th. Also a point for the Sauber. And we just now wait the Renault. Just take it as slow as you possibly like. And come through for 8th place in the race. And with that, we can come to the top 3. So, let's start with Kush Mania. If your mics are on and you're ready.
Yeah, I'm here.
Then, that must have been a pretty tense last lap, if I do say so myself. I mean, the start of the lap, you lost the race. The end of the lap, you'd won it. I mean, that's a pretty big turnaround. Were you pushing like hell on the final lap, or what was just did you feel you were always faster than Pepsi?
I was trying to save fuel the whole time. From like the wets, I was trying to just save fuel and trying to overtake Pepsi. It was quite a good battle with. I enjoyed that. Other than that, had a good battle with this Cookie guy. I never raced with him before. He weaved a bit down the straight, which annoyed me, but other than that, he was a good racer. So yeah, yeah, that's it really.
Yeah. Well, pretty good stuff. Are you sort of? I mean, I'm not going to be commentating on many of these. I can't imagine, but what are you sort of expecting in the championship? But get results like this. These are pretty big results to get. Can you see yourself mounting a challenge towards the end of the season?
Why not?
Fair enough.
Yeah. If you put in good performances, then you'll get a minute. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I said to Petey during the stream, we're looking for Raikkonen answers. That is a Raikkonen sort of answer. I love it. Right, moving on to TOR Pepsi. I mean, we'll come to your perspective for that final lap. That was pretty intense for all concerned. So, what were you just ragging the car to the absolute limits on that lap, or how were you?
I didn't know he had a penalty. That was the problem. I was majorly down on fuel as well, so on the back straight on the last lap I was going lean. That might have cost me. Yeah.
But
I would like to say thank you very much, first of all, for being in the commentary box. Major help.
Oh, yeah, that's my pleasure. Not many people I've ever streamed with have gone, oh, well, thank you for me. I mean,
no,
I'll take it.
From all of us. Thank you very much.
But I was going to quickly ask that, like, the strategy, were you always, because obviously I'm guessing you knew that the rain was going to come, so you're always going to stay out on those mediums until that wet weather period?
I was in a party of 5, and before the race I was like, whoever's in this party, put on the mediums, you will last them till the rain. Whoever's gone on softs, they're going to have to pit before. So that was my strategy. It worked, but just Kush was just a tad too quick for me today. Yeah,
it was a very good battle between you two, and congratulations to you two. And we'll move on to 3rd place Sims. Again, I guess the start of the race was probably a lot more entertaining for you, I'd guess, than the end, I would like to say, because like you were kind of closing in when Kush and Boss Cookie were fighting at the front. You very nearly got involved in that. You were very quick on that sort of time, so you just probably lost all the time, I'm guessing, through the battle with Pepsi. But if you could just give us a few words to sum up your race sort of thing, that'd be quite nice. I don't really have any questions, I'm afraid.
Yeah, so I was in the party before the race with Pepsi, and basically he said go on the medium tyres. I didn't really listen to him, and that was probably my mistake. I didn't expect the medium tyres to actually... Well, I expected them to get to the rain, but I didn't expect the rain to affect the medium tyres or any tyre. I didn't expect to get on inters basically that quick. I don't think I really deserve a podium either. I think Boss Cookie, because I think Boss Cookie had an incident with... I'm not sure who it was with someone, and basically he lost the podium off that. So I don't have anything to say apart from that, really. Yeah.
Oh, well, congratulations to the top three. Pete, unless you have any questions, I'll do my rounding off.
I do not.
Okay, well, it was a pleasure to commentate for TOR tonight. Very different for us, or for me at least. But yeah, I'm just going to let you know, if you're going to go watch this stream back, I apologise for my voice profusely. I've got a massive cold, as I'm sure you can probably tell. And I'm not sure who usually commentates for TOR, but I guess I'll see you again next week. So until then, bye-bye for now.